Welcome everyone to the 23rd ever offline TV podcast. Today, we're gonna start things off with a little bit more serious of a topic, which is the whole movement happening in the Americas right now. Their upheaval, the reaction to the killing of George Floyd by the Minneapolis police. It's a bit of a sensitive one, but at the same time, it's such a big thing going on. I think we should touch about it a little bit. If stuff like this makes you uncomfortable, you can skip this podcast, or skip to a part where we stop talking. I don't know how long we're gonna talk about it for, but
I thought we were gonna jump into this topic like around the middle or like the end.
Same.
We're
jumping
He
right in.
started off with like, "Oh, I want to talk about a serious topic." I thought he was gonna say some meme shit like Yvonne blowing up a Minecraft house.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should do it in the middle or at the end. But it's something we talked about like, internally, whether or not it's like we should maybe just let's just talk about Minecraft. But at the same time, it feels like we should touch about it just as people and as content creators. So yeah, how do you guys feel like right now on Twitter and like social media? You see a lot of people hashtagging Black Lives Matter because it's a movement. It's their it's the hashtag people go to. But every time, like if we tweet about it or like we say we donate something, there's always gonna be a reply that says hashtag all lives matter.
I like there's so many analogies now, right? So many. Like if someone says, "Well, happy Father's Day," you don't say like "Happy All Parents Day" or like
what about Mother's Day?
Yeah, I think most people understand. It doesn't mean all lives don't matter. It's just we're focusing on Black Lives Matter. It just seems kind of tone deaf,
Yeah.
It's almost like in order for all lives to matter, Black lives must also matter.
Yeah.
And I think like saying that just dilutes the message, right?
Yep.
You're kind of
you're just missing the point, really.
Yeah, there's been a lot of analogies. Like Lily said, I've heard so much. It's like we should save the pandas. It's like, wow, so you don't care about tigers and elephants? Like when Jesus said, "Blessed be the poor," it's like, oh, so not bless everyone, huh? I think there is like some people who just don't understand why like saying all lives matter is insensitive at best. Because the very basic idea is that yes, all lives matter, but when you say it in response to people saying Black Lives Matter, it's like you're trying to take away from the significance of that, right?
I feel like there was an interesting message or something I read online where it's like people wonder, would it have been different if the initial message was like Black Lives Matter too?
An extra letter with trends or hashtags, it's just gonna get cut off.
Yeah, I feel like the shorter the message on social media, the better. Like the shorter the hashtag, like it feels more, I guess, impactful. I don't know. When thinking about this movement, I just think like there's a lot of like things that are just like should be relative no brainer. Like racism bad. All like Black Lives Matter. Like that's where everyone's like aligned, Like it's like, okay, we shouldn't fucking like kill people like by stepping on them and choking them. Okay, that's all aligned, right? And then the other stuff, a lot of this I think has just been an explosion of quarantine. Like if quarantine wasn't here, people weren't pent up and like really fucking like frustrated, I feel like it wouldn't nearly have been as big of a movement, personally speaking, because it went ballistic, And even in like, for me, when I look at this movement, I'm just it's like this is a historical movement for us. Like 2020 is going to be a year where you look back on, and there's some years in the history books that are like one page. Like this is going to be like a 20-page section in the history books. Like you have to remember 2020. It happened. We're only 6 months in.
It's a very memorable year.
That's true. But like not for great reasons, honestly. Like when I think of the BLM, it's always like from perspective of I stream video games. I got famous because I'm a video game streamer. I was a professional player. I spent all my years playing video games. I got good at it. And then people come to me to watch me stream video games. When people also come to me and they're like, "What's your position on this? What's your position on that?" Anytime any politics comes up to my chat, I always say like, I don't really talk much about it. Not because I don't feel comfortable pushing my own agenda, which I don't. It's more like I'm not well educated enough because hey, I only play video games. I think of League of Legends, TFT 24/7. You're asking me to like, what's your opinion on like the justice system? What do you think about the healthcare system? What do you think about this? What do you think about this movement? And so I remember a lot of the initial stuff was just like, why didn't you react faster, dude? What happened? It's like, well, shit, like I don't want to be a person who reacts immediately and regrets it because they didn't do enough research. A good example.
Sorry, that's called reactive activism. I looked it up.
Yeah, a good example is just recently. The funniest thing is like everyone tried to do so much for Black Lives Matter. Like everyone like did donations, signed a bunch of stuff, did pro. And there was this one Instagram movement on social media that you just blacked out your social media. Was it a Blackout Tuesday?
Yeah.
They hashtagged Black Lives Matter and just it ended up being terrible because it took away all the information of the movement and what people needed to like look at, what research. So it was just like a really like a quick reaction to the problem that caused worse things. And I was thinking about doing it too. I remember Pokey first brought it to my attention, and I was like, "Oh shit! Thank God I didn't do that because it ended up being quite a disaster. Honestly, it was.
It
better.
ended up being counterproductive.
Yeah, it was better for me to just like not tweet because I agreed with the original idea. Like, don't drown out the important message during this movement. So I was like, okay, I just won't tweet. Then do what anyone else did, or like post something on Instagram, because I felt like that was more impactful by not doing anything.
Yeah. You kind of touched on it where you said, at the end of the day, we're just streamers and like we're video gamers. I'm sure when at the beginning of this podcast, people tuning in, they're like, "Why would we listen to you? You guys are, just video gamers. Stay in your lane."
Let's talk about that annoys me so much when video gamers or introverts or whoever, right, who don't usually, I don't know why I said introverts because I think most gamers are introverts, like don't do this kind of stuff. But then when they say something about anything about politics or anything about Black Lives Matter or whatever, they get told to stay in your lane, don't talk about it, you have no like credentials, etc. Like actively discouraged from talking about it. And I'm just that's also counterproductive.
It's hard to do anything right in this situation.
I also think most of the time when viewers ask for your perspective, they want to hear their perspective coming out of the mouths of their favorite influencers. Because if you don't agree with what they already think that they want you to say, you're gonna get insulted or like arguing, stuff like that, right?
It's not what's your perspective, it's what's my perspective coming out of your mouth.
Oh, I get this every day in a different way. People come to my stream and they ask me, Skara, are you sick and tired of TFT? It's such a bad game. And that's such a loaded question because I know, I even respond, I'm like, anytime I get asked this question, it's only the person who asked that hates the game. And like, they're just waiting for me to agree with them. Like, I was right. It's like, no, bitch, you're wrong.
Most people, just want to hear their own opinions parroted back at them by the influencer. And it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
I wish it was just like a situation where people were really happy when people did things that aligned with them instead of trying to poke for more or trying to pressure people that haven't spoken out into speaking out. Or at least like if you are very curious about someone's stance, to ask nicely. I remember when it really became a trend online, I was kind of trying to take a step away from like Twitter and social media and stuff. And so coming back to it and kind of reading through everything, I saw so many people, and I don't know if this is out of quarantine boredom, but so many people were trying so hard to look for who hasn't said anything yet, instead of focusing on the good that had been done. And I totally understand the premise of, I think people are saying like being anti-racism, so being very outspoken about that sort of thing. And I agree with that concept. But I also think people were kind of taking it a bit far by like trying to cancel people that hadn't said anything like 48 hours into the movement. I
got-
feel like, yeah.
I made a statement about that briefly because I don't like releasing public statements when I'm not educated or I don't do my research, etc. I've had it happen where I did reactively do something and it ended up not being right.
Mhm.
So like I'm always like super careful because anything we say will be broadcasted to thousands of people, right?
Mhm.
And then some of the comments I got were like, "Oh, it doesn't take that long to say racism is bad." Like it boils down to just like a black and
But
white.
imagine you just tweeted racism is bad. You know what I
wouldn't
mean?
do that, but like,
Mhm.
yeah, if I tweeted just like, "Oh," I felt like it would. For me, it feels cheap to just like reactively go like, "Oh yeah, I better tweet about BLM right now," right? I want to make sure like. Yeah, I want to genuinely care about this. I want to educate myself. I want to make sure the message I'm broadcasting is like right because we have a lot of influence over a lot of people out there. And yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on influencers to say something or also not to say anything because on one end you have people saying like if you're staying silent right now
Silence is
you're
compliance.
like a
Or
big part of
something.
the problem, you should be ashamed of yourself. And on the other end you have like I saw streamer tweets like yeah, I'm not gonna talk about BLM because I'm not a cloud chaser interested in internet points, which essentially says like if you ever talk about BLM stuff, that means
You're a
you
cloud
don't,
chaser.
you're a cloud chaser. So
I
it's
feel
like
like streaming has to stop on both sides.
yeah,
Like we're all trying to help in our own way. Like
Yeah.
why everyone's going in? We should be all going in the same direction. Like I don't understand the people actively going against it.
It's because people want more. Like I find that a lot of times when I'm whatever happens in situations like these, like a lot of people think it's like the social responsibility of an influencer or a streamer to be an activist. And personally, my take is that's never been the case. Like I don't think there is or should be something. That doesn't mean, however, it doesn't mean that like as a streamer I can't support a good cause or a cause that I find to be good. So for me, I tell people, you come to my stream, I'm like, I don't think there's a social responsibility for me to support or like to be an activist for this movement, support this movement. However, me as a person, I want to do it because I think what happened is fucked up, and I'd like to support them. And of course, part of the ways I did it was talk about it on stream, tweet about it, donate multiple times. And like you said, Lily, when I donated, oh god, I fucking knew it would happen. I donated to small businesses because I was like, how do I want to? Who do I want to donate to? Okay, I'm gonna donate to small businesses in the LA area. One in the LA area, one not.
I want to give some context to Scara's thing because that morning we were getting breakfast and Scar came in and he's like, Toast, I want to do something. I want to donate to small businesses because I feel like he feels like small businesses who got their stuff messed up, their store looted, some of them don't have insurance, and it's like they are unfortunately just a casualty in all of this, right? And Scar wanted to help them, and it seems so simple, right? Just donate money and that would be the end of it. But we start having this conversation and I just asked him, okay, is the store owners black? Which is like a question you shouldn't have to ask. But I'm not asking it because, oh, you should donate to black people only or not non-black people only. But I knew because like if he donated, that's what people will flame him for. Like, are they black though? So
because of that conversation, I had to change my or I impacted how I donated. I was gonna donate to one business. I decided to donate to two. I donated to one in LA, one toward it was another location. It's like Minneapolis or another location. I made sure that one of them was a black-owned business and one was not. That way, I covered both sides, and like I felt like the reason that I had to do this was so stupid because I was like, I just want to donate, but I was like, you know what? I'll put in the extra effort so that like people will see like I care about like what I'm donating about, like I'm putting in the research and like it matters. And the responses were still like, oh, so you only care about black businesses, and I'm just like, bitch, look at what I donated
to. That's a meme or not?
No, it's not a meme.
That's the thing.
It's not a meme.
I mean, is it not a little bit odd for people to even question that? Like, in the sense that had you wanted to specifically support black-owned businesses, is that really that bad of a thing, anyways?
No, but I just
No, it's
to me, I was like, I don't want to have the drama attached to it. And I was like,
Yeah.
we're still supporting a good cause. I'll do it this way just to be sure. And both Lily and Toast have my back on that tweet.
Honestly, what I'm getting from this is people will complain about anything. It's gonna happen. It is what it is. We are content creators. No matter what we do, right? So I think the best thing to do is still help because we want to, regardless of people complaining, because that's always gonna happen, right? It's never gonna change. There's no point trying to change it, I think.
From a pragmatic point of view, the best thing to do, like if you don't want to mess anything up, is to literally stay silent. And that's just the reality of the internet, where it's like, because like if you say something, you're gonna piss someone off, and like if you don't do it correctly, you're gonna piss more people off. And I will say, there are some people who are taking advantage of it, and I've seen 2 like clips on Reddit of Instagram model influencers with like 20K followers each, just hot skinny influencer girl trying to make it big as a model, and like people are filming them. There was one who just drove up to the sidewalk, and like in front there was a shop that got vandalized, and it's all boarded up, it's all clean now. So she comes out of the car with a power tools,
Oh my god.
stand next
saw
to it,
that.
smile
Oh
for
my
the
God.
camera like she's
Mhm.
patching up the store,
I
checks the
didn't see
picture, gets
And then
back in the
goes.
car, and then just drove off.
The other
Dude,
one,
the funniest thing about that clip, at the end, as she's driving off, she like handed the tool back to the worker. She drives off and she goes, "Good job, guys. Keep it up. Black Lives Matter." Bye."
Oh my god.
It's so cringy. As if like
sorry.
pretending and then exclaiming, "Black Lives Matter" is doing anything.
There was also the streamer who was streaming and he was like, "Hey, flip that truck over."
Yeah.
And then
Oh.
people who were like peacefully protesting, by the way, were like, "Did you flip that truck over?" And he's like, "No, no, no, I'm sorry." And then they start like ganging up on him because he was trying to instigate something.
Yeah, they're like, "This guy told me to flip the truck and he has a camera."
And he started like booking it, and I'm like, okay,
Jesus.
That's
Gee.
hilarious.
And there was another one where the girl has a sign, and there was a protest. It was just a peaceful marching protest. She just like joined the crowd, put the sign up, took the picture, and then just left instantly. And in both these cases, people found out their Instagram handle and just flamed the shit out of them. And like, it does really give a bad name to like everything, because like when people see that, they're like, "Oh, and all influencers like that." And like the word influencer has such a negative connotation to it. I hate it when people call me an influencer now. Like,
I don't like the connotation behind it because sometimes it colors how they view you, like before you even do anything. Like
Mhm.
you
It
know,
sounds like a very disingenuous term.
yeah, it's like I'm
it's
influencing
Like
people.
inherently disingenuous.
It's the term companies came up for to like describe what we do. You
Mhm.
know, like
Because
okay,
it's true, sometimes people aren't content creators. They don't make content. They really do
They're
just
just
like have a
influencers.
reach.
Mhm.
And the way to word that, I guess, is saying they have influence.
it's wild that I prefer like streamer or a guy who makes videos than like
honestly, I say like
yeah,
I just say streamer. You know, like it's easy
Mhm.
to explain, or YouTuber even. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
YouTubers okay.
Yeah. And
Speaking of YouTuber, have you seen Logan Paul's video?
was it Logan or Jake? It was Logan, right? Who I think it was Logan who he went to the mall that was being
Nope,
like
that was Jake.
that was Jake?
That was Jake, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Logan actually spoke out about Black Lives Matter in a very
And a very good
proper manner. Yeah,
I
he
actually
did really good.
video. I'm like,
I was
I
impressed.
like clapped and stuff. I'm like, whoa, that's really good. Like he acknowledges his like privilege and he speaks out against it, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, wow, I'm
Impressed.
impressed.
So it was
So
Jake
they
Paul.
swapped spots.
Yeah, he Instagram stored himself at a mall that was being
Jake,
looted.
right?
Yeah, Jake looted, and one of his friends or something like took a bottle of vodka from PF Chang's and like handed it to him, and it's just I don't know, it's just kind of left a bad taste in people's mouth, because obviously the Logan brothers are very controversial for what they do, but Apparently, Jake also got in trouble because, like, since he was filmed on the mall, he was technically trespassing. So there's some legal issue there, but yeah.
I believe he was charged. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And also, sorry, I don't mean to be a little gossip Andy, but I think it goes to push our whole influencer angle. Jake also did this thing where after all of that happened, he came out with a video talking about it, and he attached a fundraiser to the video. However, this fundraiser was actually created by another YouTuber who had raised $32,000. So Jake attached this person's fundraiser, and 20 minutes after posting the video, someone tweeted him and they're like, "Oh my god, like you raised $32,000 in 20 minutes." And he quote retweeted it and he was like, "With everyone's help," when all of that money was raised by someone else and he had just attached the name to his video.
Jesus.
So I think what I'm trying to say is it's so clear. I mean, to me, it feels like very much a PR move. People telling him, attach this to this. He has no actual idea, one, it wasn't his fundraiser, how much he is actively raising or his community is raising. And it, again, feels like reactive activism. I think that's what Lily called it. Or at least like slightly disingenuous. And I think it's good to want to align yourself with something that you perhaps believe in, but if you're going to broadcast that publicly, do try to be informed. Otherwise, you might end up looking like a dumbass.
Influencers, you know, we have influence. We could use it for good.
Yeah.
When I first heard about like Black Lives Matter and like the word privilege got brought up a lot. They're just like, oh, you wouldn't know this type of privilege because, or like you're privileged because you wouldn't grow up black. You didn't understand racism from the ground up, culturally, any way, shape, or form. And like, I agree with that statement, right? And on top of that, I feel very privileged to be in the position that I'm at, and I feel like maybe a lot of you guys agree, right? Like, we're super. We're like.
Absolutely.
We're in such a good position, especially during like probably one of the biggest, crises ever in terms of a global pandemic. It's like, hey, we're chilling and like we can still do what we do. And for me, my viewership went up. So like it's a positive thing for me. It's like, boy, do I fucking understand that I'm in a good ass position, Yeah, I think like it's just such an interesting word to hear a lot, and like to have people say that like, hey, like you're a privileged position, you're not, and like I think I think about that all the time. I think like I am blessed to be where I am at right now. Even before the Black Lives Matter movement, I always think like, this is probably one of the best moments of my life, entire life, and I'm like, I want to take advantage of it and make sure that like I'm doing the best that I can. Whether that is in my professional life or in like my personal interests or even in like maybe what is this political interests, I guess like whatever movement I want to show support of, I want to say like, yeah, I'm doing something that I want to be doing and I feel good about it.
Yeah. Like we are just at the end of the day content creators who play games for a living. Don't look to us to educate you on the effects of systematic racism, because you shouldn't be getting that from us. Like we're talking about like it seems kind of superficial to talk about. It's like, wow, Jake Paul did this, or like influencer this, or model that kind of deal. But at the end of the day, like that's what we know. It's not the core issue, but it's the one we can talk about, and we can like point you guys to like, hey, there are a lot of messed up things going on. Like, there's a list of names of like victims of like systematic racism and like police brutality. Like, there was one I had to Google. It's like because I heard the names Eric Garner before and George Floyd. I had to Google Breonna Taylor, which was like, and when I read that, I'm like, wait, this is really messed up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's like how it affected me.
Bunch of names.
Yeah.
Did you guys know Eric Gardner? His dying words were also "I can't breathe."
Yeah.
That's cool.
Wow.
So it's like history repeats itself.
Yeah. I want to ask you guys, like, what made you guys want to tweet something or say something or like talk about? Because when stuff like this happen, we always don't know, like, should we or when? And it's usually something that convinces us. It's like,
I feel
you know
like
what, this is where I need to say something.
it's just, it feels like we're going through a historical moment that
Yep.
like we have to get involved. Like this affects all of us, and I don't know. I felt I cared. Like I wanted to help reading up and researching and everything. So that's why I tweeted. I don't know. I don't know if my one fucking tweet's gonna like help all, right? Like that's how I feel. Like
It can.
I don't know, but I just did it anyway.
Yeah. For me, there was 3 things. One was you guys, because out of the 4 of us, I tweeted last, and seeing you guys do it, it's like, you know, my friends are doing it, and you know, I know them, I trust them. I want to do right by them. And also my assistant Cherry that I hire, you know, she messaged me saying, "Hey Toast, you know, I think it would be great if you could say something. No pressure though. Just know that whatever you do, I'll support you." And it's like, it just reminded me that people respect me and I have their respect, and I don't want to let them down. The other one was like, looking at Ninja's Twitter, because I'm like, huh,
Yeah, I was impressed.
Ninja wouldn't say anything. He's a Fortnite kitty panderer. He'll take the PR move. So I'm like, all right, what did Ninja say? I bet he didn't say anything. And he was going
Tweeting left and
hard
right,
on it.
yeah.
It's like,
I
this
guess
is injustice.
It's like an example of like how influencers can influence people with their tweets or messages to encourage other people. Hey, this is serious. Start caring.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it
you know what
works.
didn't help? People who said, "Toast, you're a piece of shit for not using your platform. Why are you staying silent, you coward?"
Dude,
It's like, okay, that's not helping the situation. But like seeing other people like take a stand and say, like, lead the way, like lead by example, like that made me wanna, like, you know what?
So-
you did right.
And then
the
when
morning. Oh,
sorry.
You want to go?
I don't know.
Okay. I feel like we are allowed to. Okay. The morning that this was starting to get popular, I think it was a Friday, Saturday. I remember walking upstairs and Poki was coming downstairs, and I told her I don't want to tweet about this. I literally told her to her face, I don't want to do it. And the reason is because I woke up that morning and someone in my DMs messaged me saying that like it my responsibility to tweet something about this, and they think less of me as a person that I did not. And I was so fucking mad that that's what I woke up to. I was so pissed. I was just ranting with Pokey. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And after that position, I cooled down a little bit. After my stream, I looked to see what my friends were doing. That, and then the next day, I had a tweet from Marquez Brownlee. He is a humongous black tech reviewer.
He's so cool.
He is huge. Like he is.
Tweeted you?
No. He made a tweet.
He saw
I
his
wish.
tweet.
I wish.
Hello?
He made a tweet which was like just his text about the matter, and
A tweet.
it was
Such a
it
good
pretty much like made me not only understand the issue from a creator standpoint, but also align very well with what I believe in as a person. After reading his tweet, I was like, I'm down. I can support this. You know, even if like everything that I do only moves like, you know, he says moving the needle. You know, he moves the needle a little bit. I'm just like, you know what, a little bit may matter. You know, and because of him and because of like you guys, I was like, I'll do it, and that's what caused me to tweet the day after. But without him and without like kind of researching it and then kind of seeing what you guys did, like it was an influencer that influenced me to pay more attention and do my own research and do what I did.
That's actually pretty cool. Like, yeah, no, that's cool.
I think for me, one of the things, well, recently I watched 13th and I highly recommend that movie. It's so good. I think a lot of the things that I've read, the articles I've read, the things that I've seen, whether it's videos or films, are so interesting, and just having an opportunity to become more educated on this topic just really motivates you to want to do something about it, especially when you're in a position where you do have some ability to influence others and spark more change. And I think the other thing was, I feel like there's still like quite like there's still some racism within the gaming community, and I felt like this would be such a good opportunity for me to very clearly state that this is something that I am against, because I'm sure that there are people that follow me and have either racist tendencies or thoughts or are on that spectrum of things. And I just wanted to make it clear that I don't want to affiliate with that sort of thing or encourage it by not saying anything. Yeah. And I feel like I mean, sometimes it might come off weird to just say it randomly. Or people will be all SJW on you. But if there is an opportunity to really state my opinion like this, then I would want to take it.
If anyone's like kind of going against you for saying, like, basically saying, you know, we don't condone racism, do you really want them as
Exactly. I feel like it's like filtering my fan base in a way that I would like to.
Yeah. There is a lot of like racism in gaming, and I think a lot of it isn't like just pure racism, as in like, oh, they hate black people, but more like it's the edgy thing to do. The biggest example recently, there was a Dr. K, who's a streamer on Twitch, who's a psychiatrist. He was interviewing 5 black streamers, and one of the things they said that always made them feel more excluded was the usage of the tryhard mode, which is a black person. And like,
I feel like that should like
they said like it's fun when they're enjoying a streamer, and then they're like, haha, they see something black, it's like, try hard in the chat, boys. And like, it always made them, like this black person said, it always made them feel like singled out. And it is something that happens a lot within certain streamers. And like, I know I've kind of like leaned into it every now and then. It's called race baiting, I think they call it, where it's like you just bait people to point out the someone of color. Like, and it happens on every stream, like on LCS stream, like when Afromoo shows up, you know, he's a black player, you see some people just start spamming like try hard, and like some streamers encourage it, saying try hard in the chat. And it's just kind of the way the scene is. And luckily now, like, people are more aware, and like me as a person, I think there's always room for, like, I like racial humor, and I also been more aware of like where, like, what is funny and what is just like lowbrow. Like when we unpacked we got sent Yoshis, right, from Mario, and there was green Yoshi and there was white Yoshi, which I've never seen. It's like, wow, white Yoshi, that's so cool. And there was a black Yoshi. It's like, wow, this black Yoshi is equally cool as this white Yoshi. Which for me, like, even looking back on it now, I feel like that's just, I think that is funny, and not like, like, maybe this offends people, but it's more of a commentary about like equality with black and white. It's like, but I'm attributing to a fictional dinosaur. But I would avoid stuff like,
it's a good like sarcastic
satire.
You're almost making fun of racism, and at least that's the way that I take that joke.
But compared to, like, let's say there was just black Yoshi, and I was like, yo, black Yoshi, what up, dog? Like, that's just, for me, feels a little more. 7 in the chat. Yeah,
you know, that's actually something, especially because I started streaming when I was 17, and I'm not the most eloquent person, especially when it comes to political topics. And I remember getting like really annoyed when my chat would just like randomly spam tryhard7, whether it was because there was a person of color on the stream or just because they thought it was like a funny emote to spam. I just felt like it was such a like racially loaded thing to do that it really bothered me. But then when people would be like, oh, why are you bothered? Do you have like a problem with this emote? You know, and I just had such a hard time explaining myself that it was difficult to really like express why the fact that they were doing it bothered me. But
funny enough. Oh, sorry. I could finish your statement.
I was going to say, like, I'm glad that sort of behavior is further being brought to light, So even if you're just like trying to be a part of the group or trying to be funny, you can understand how there are better ways to do that.
And I feel like, again, there's always room for improvement. You can reflect and realize, like, oh, yo, what I did was, not right.
Immature.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have bad intentions, but there can be a bad byproduct of what's
always like trying to improve yourself. I will.
One of the things that like I really like about that is like people. You always want to try to push people toward improving themselves. It's like being able to like really fucking mad that someone didn't support the thing that you did. It's like understandable, but like in the end, it doesn't result into the thing that you want because you want humans to kind of improve and learn over time. Like that's the goal. Like everyone should want to be a better person. And if you're gonna like kind of like lash out and just like hate this guy, and you're not gonna get the result that you want, which is like maybe they changed their mind. You know, and like for me, I was so against the issue of like immediately because I woke up and I saw this, I was really fucking mad without doing any research.
That guy pressuring me.
Yeah, exactly. And like it really had to like rethink about like that and be like, okay, I should really take a look at this for me to get to that point. But like, yeah, we should want to, try to encourage people if they don't see the side that you want. Try to encourage them to in ways that do promote that. In ways that aren't just like you're a fucking dick. I would lose respect for you. Fuck you.
I think that's a great point. Lashing out against people, especially in a moment where they haven't done anything, typically doesn't result in them becoming a better person or having any motivation to try to see your side of things or learn about where you're coming from.
If anything, if they do change, if they do something, it would be out of like it would be
disingenuous
more. I think like it would be kind of like, I don't want to say fake, but if you're just doing something, oh, I don't want to make that person mad, so I'm gonna do it, right? Is it that genuine at that point? I don't think so.
Like if this movement is about like kind of cultural change and like personal change within people, and like if that's what you're trying to preach, like you're going against that by trying to like hard force your ideas onto people, enforcing them
to be informed, not pretend to be informed.
Yeah, because like I feel like that makes it so that people change a lot more over time than just forcing them to do it. You're gonna get some short-term benefit for sure.
You want people to it's like long term. You want them to like care, and like you want them to continue to care, not just stop when this, the tweets have died down, the hashtag is faded into obscurity. You want people to care long term, and that's the goal.
Yeah. Do you guys have any black friends?
Oh yikes! What?
Do you guys have any black friends?
I mean, we all know Myth. Hello.
Yeah. Like like very close to I talk to on a daily basis, black friends, or I have friends
who are
black.
I have friends.
I have friends who are black.
Yeah, for me, I don't know. I don't have a lot of black friends, unfortunately. Unfortunately, not that there's a luckiness aspect of it, but more just like haven't had a chance to interact with a lot of them. But like, it definitely like when you hear like people do something racist and they always say something like, "Oh, it's okay. I got a black friend. My best friend is black." Like it feels like it gives them a reason to be racist. But for me, it's like one of my mods is black, and like ever since I modded her and like she's more prevalent in the community, I definitely like give more thought to my like racial humor at times because like it's like shit. This is gonna come off as insensitive. So it does kind of ground me a little bit to see like how my words and action might alienate people. Like I still make my jokes, but it definitely helps give me like, hey, what I say and what I do is affecting someone I know personally. Another thing was when deciding whether or not to tweet, we have a streamer in our social circle who's black called Sydney, right? And she shared a text message from her mother saying like, if the cops ever pull you over, don't argue with them, put your hands down, like be like just like be the most compliant person in the world, and she ends with I love you. And it reminded me of what my mom says to me when it's like when Corona was starting, it's like, hey, don't go out, clean your hands, wear gloves, wear a mask. I love you. But like, she's like, my mom's talking about a global pandemic, a disease that will kill you, and like her mom was talking about like the police, but they're talking about it in the same way, and it's like it's crazy that it gave me such context. It's like, is this how Black people like
Live
feared?
their lives.
Yeah. And it's like, wow, it's really eye opening.
Also, I also try to reach out to more people. So like there's a viewer of mine who's Black, right? And he messaged me privately saying like, hey, it really means so much that you actually, I'm gonna cry. Fuck! That you actually care about this. I'll talk about it later. I'm gonna drink water.
It means so much more, and it impacts you so much more once you put so many faces to the movement and the issues. And I also think that's why I love so many films that touch on this topic, because when you see the faces of these people, and sometimes kids who have to go through, whether it's police brutality or any other form of racism, it makes you want to do something about it.
Yeah.
And it's something that you can't really forget, and it just makes you a more conscious human being, or a more considerate human being.
Man, the kind of videos coming out of these protests and like some of the police brutality videos, it's
I'm so grateful for technology. I feel like, or at least I hope, that it will allow us to like go through these like civil rights movements, hopefully at a more rapid rate, because instead of it just being, oh, I knew someone whom this happened to, like you can see it happen firsthand, and that moves people enough to make them want to do something about it.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting when you see
How
some
many
of the
videos
stuff.
are there out there?
It's so many.
I haven't even watched all of them. I was like trying to get through them. I'm like, oh, this is the 200th one. Okay.
And to anyone that may be afraid to watch, because I'm kind of like that, like I don't like to watch anything like gore or pain related on video. I just can't really. I actually recommend that you do, because once I did, it made a very lasting impression on me. And I think it helps you better understand as well.
Whether you watch it or not, it is happening. It's frequently happening, and that's a problem. So might as well just stay informed. I mean, obviously you don't have to watch it, but it's there.
Yeah, there's a lot of information out there, way more than you would expect if you wanted to be like informed.
Yeah, and if you feel like your mind is made up, well then it doesn't hurt. Or if you feel like you're in the right wherever you are in terms of your opinion, it doesn't hurt to become more informed.
Yeah, some of the videos, man, it's almost ironic. It's like people are protesting against police brutality, so the police respond by being even more brutal.
It's crazy. I remember what was it, the homeless guy that got forced into the pavement? That one was
Hasn't Trump been tweeting about that guy?
He tweeted about another guy. There was one who got pushed over by the police, and he fell backwards, hit his head, and then blood starts coming out his ear. And the police are just stepping over him, like 30 cops. And then the people who checked on him was like the army, like people in like army gear, and like just checking on, is he okay? And it's, like I wonder, like, do those army guys like, holy shit, what's wrong with these cops, man? Because it's like, yeah, he might be faking it sometimes, but it's like you can't fake blood coming out of your head. At that point, it's like, okay, look, he's clearly like severely injured. I don't care like what's happening. You have to stop and check on him. But they were just stepping over him. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But
I'd just like to add one more thing, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Obama wrote a really, really great blog post, and I would just like to reiterate some of the points from it, which is that if you really care about this sort of thing, especially if you live in the U.S., especially if you are of age to vote, please remember not only to vote in the presidential campaign or races, but also on a local and state level. That's how you can have the most real life impact on who runs your police departments, how much they are funded, how they are structured. Please, please, please look into wherever you are, whatever state or city you live in. Look into who you want to support, and please do go out and try to, because young voters have the smallest percentage of turnout. And as great as it is to see all this online activism and spreading awareness, let's also put our money where our mouth is and go out there and exercise our right to vote.
Yeah, every time we talk about politics in the house, Pokey would be like, "But did you vote though?" And
I
like,
ask everybody all the time because I have like secondhand like unable to voteness. I'm Canadian and I only have a visa, so I don't think I can vote. We're not really allowed to unless we get residency, or we become a citizen. Yeah. So I always ask everyone else, "You guys can vote, so did you? Use my vote. Can you go use use your vote for me?"
Dude, I'm just saying, with Trump how he is right now, I'm down to move to Canada. I'm just getting the fuck out.
Yo, if he gets reelected, can we go to Canada?
I'm not even.
Come on.
I'd be down to spend some months, outside the country.
All right, I'll take what I can get.
So. Anyway, we said we're gonna touch on it, but it's 47 minutes in.
Podcast.
Yeah, I think this whole event will it's gonna be. It should leave a lasting impression on people. Like, it might not be like a huge change. People aren't gonna change overnight, or but it definitely will have like small impacts in how we interact with people, how we enable people, and how we should be more like, if we see something or we find ourselves doing something where it might alienate people or make them feel more exclusionary, we should definitely hopefully we can remember these lessons and hey, it's hey, haha, but come on, man, kind of deal.
Oh no, I mean, we
get
can.
mad when our podcasts are under an hour.
Do they?
I have no idea.
I mean, I don't think we should care about that. Like, if we're comfortable ending where we are, we should just do it. Like, for me, it's I think we talked about a lot of topics that we wanted to cover, and I don't know, I've been kind of thinking about how to talk about this subject matter more. I'm happy I was able to bring it up here, because just randomly going on a tangent on my stream, be like, "All right, guys, I'm switching to just chatting. Fuck you guys. I don't want to play TFT. Let's talk about black people." It's a little bit different than me being able to talk with you guys, and kind of talk over the same subject matter, and you guys understand. You're all in the same similar position.
This is a bit immortalized, because it'll be a video posted, and I feel like it'll reach even more people than I usually would on one stream, which I really enjoy.
Yeah, and again, guys, we're just content creators. If you want real opinions of people who are deeply integrated, there are better things to look for. More knowledgeable.
Well, some links down below.
All we could do is point you guys to where the info is.
My favorite site is blacklivesmatters.card.co. I'm gonna put the description. Excellent for all the petitions you can do, people you can call or text, donate, resources.
If you like watching content, us stream videos, I highly recommend some good documentaries or movies. I think one is called The Hate You Give. Yeah, there's a lot of really enjoyable movies, so you have a good time and also educate yourself at the same time.
Yeah. So I think that'll do it for us today. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all to the people here. It's a touchy subject, but we did it. And
I just look at our subject.
Happy and healthy. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just trying to
look
think.
at our topic list. There's 10 topics, and it's we just got one. And you know what? That's okay.
Even now, I'm thinking about the title. It's good luck to whoever has to title this.
It's just easy, honestly. There's only 3 words.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Stay safe out there, and see you guys next week.
Bye
Yep.
bye.
Welcome everyone.
Only have a visa.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the OTV podcast, episode 24. Today we are joined by our guest, Foosley. Leslie,
Hello.
introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Leslie or Foosley. Thanks for the introduction. I am a variety streamer on Twitch. And yes, that's about
Thank you
it.
for the introduction. And we're joined by Michael Reeves, Scara William Scara Lee,
Why'd you have
and
to
yours,
introduce-
and
Okay.
yours truly, disguised Lily. Now let's get back on track. The first topic we have today is Twitch's recent DMCA wave that Leslie
Ooh.
unfortunately had the pleasure or displeasure, I guess, of getting 2 strikes on your channel, I believe.
Yes. Well, first of all, let me say that I always thought that mustache was real. Like you were wearing a physical mustache.
never.
What do you
But-
mean? It's
Oh.
real.
Okay, we'll go with that. So the strike thing. So pretty much, my experience with it was very unfortunate. But was it like 2 weeks ago now? I feel like it was 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, I get an email in my inbox and it says, you have a strike on your account for playing, I think it was 7 Rings by Ariana Grande or something. I click on the link that it says like, this is the clip. It's gone. So I can't even see like how loud it was, what the context was. And it just says you've been striked once. If this is your 3rd strike, your account is now banned or something. And then I was like, okay, well, I've been streaming songs on this platform for years, just kind of chilling in the background, listening to music. So maybe just this one time it was a problem and it'll never happen again because it's been years. But then come 5 days later, I believe, I get a 2nd strike for Cake by the Ocean by DNC. And then I click on the link again to the clip that was problematic and there is no clip once again. So I wasn't able to see the context. And then it says, this is your 2nd strike. If this is your 3rd strike, you are now permanently banned. And then at that moment, I freaking panic and I message Sue and I'm like, Sue, I got 2 strikes. It says if I get another one, I'm going to be permanently banned. What do I do? And then she just calls me and then she's like, all right, this is a really serious issue. And I have no good news for you, basically. The only solution is that right now, you need to delete all your clips. DMCA has recently been coming down on everyone. Just this week has been the first wave apparently, and she's like, I only see it getting worse from here. And so right now what you need to do is just go through all your clips. And I said, okay, I can delete a lot of my clips, but what about the ones that have 1 view on them that are from 2017 that someone clipped because maybe I said their name or something and then it happened to have a song in it. She's like, yeah, you have to delete those too. So then I'm like, that's impossible. I start panicking. She's like, yeah, well, just get to work. We'll figure it out. And then I just proceed to have a meltdown. And then I call Edison and everyone's trying to write. I'm getting together a bunch of people. People are trying to write a script that can delete things.
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
my first thought too.
yeah, okay, just load this, delete this, But then we tried that and Edison's computer just stopped loading the clips. And then I thought it was his issue, but it was everyone's issue. No one could even load clips. So we couldn't, yeah. So that's the TLDR. And then luckily I was able to get them all deleted, but it was a really painful situation and it sucks because all my clips are deleted. So
So the DMCA is the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, and it's from 1998, I believe, right?
mm-hmm.
So some people were arguing is it a little outdated for modern times, or what do you guys think about that? I'm being a good host.
Wow.
Genuine
Good job, Lily. You
conversation.
knew the date and everything.
Yeah,
I have
wow.
the- I have
Your
Wikipedia
research?
open.
Oh.
Yeah, I
mm.
know.
Well, why don't we talk to Michael? Because he's big on YouTube. I'm sure. The thing is, DMCA hit YouTube first. YouTubers used to run
Yeah.
all kinds of shit, right? And then
Yes.
after they got struck a million times, they're like, okay, we can't do anything.
Yes.
Do you guys remember there was a wave, I don't remember, a long time ago, there was on YouTube, there was this wave of false DMCA strikes or something.
I think that happened a couple times. where
Okay,
they're
people constantly do it. It's really
yeah.
annoying.
Even if you hum a song, YouTube will flag your videos.
Yes,
Holy.
recently someone
know.
like uploaded one of my songs again, and I don't they registered it under like another label, and then they used that to try to strike people who were using my song or something. And I'm like, this is stupid. But anyway, sorry. Go on, Michael.
Yeah, a large wave of DMCA hit YouTube, and it's like been hitting YouTube, but I don't remember it issuing like channel strikes. You know, you get like a warning, and the video gets like. Usually, the deal that YouTube has with like music industry is they'll split the revenue or just take all the revenue from the YouTube video, and like that's just the deal that YouTube has made. I don't know why like Twitch is so harsh. That's seems like a pretty it must have been seen coming, you know. They must have seen like, you know, if it applies to all clips that someone can get like instantly, you know, 3 strike for everything.
The thing is, on the VOD system on Twitch, which bless their soul, their VOD system is complete garbage. It auto mutes your VODs. Like if there's a DMCA thing, it just mutes it, like the section, you know?
Yeah, that sounds like a good thing.
Yeah, like that's reasonable, but for some reason, like that doesn't apply to like clips at all, which is where this is the problem is coming. Yeah,
from clips. Wow.
Yes.
There's so many. I think there's a lot of gray area with this kind of stuff. Like I struggle to understand if I hum a song, right, or I hear something and then they, you know, DMCA that, right? It just feels like a boring dystopia.
Right now, it just feels really frustrating because like I'm in constant fear of this like 3rd strike. Like even if I had one, I'd be like still scared. But like now, if I like hum like something, or if anything with like lyrics pops up, like I'm like listening to like Lily's playlist or another playlist, I start hearing lyrics because they'll like auto play to something else. I instantly panic. I'm like, oh gosh, this sounds like it's DMCA-able or whatever. So I like instantly like switch back, and I just have the same songs on loop. And I don't mind that, but it just sucks that like I feel like I have no protection, or like there's nothing I can really do except just completely go like,
just be careful, forehead. Yeah.
It's and also there's like no time, like no, you know how YouTube issues like a cooldown period, or like after you get strikes, if you don't have a strike for like 90 days or something, do they get erased or
something? I don't know.
I don't know.
I think I read
Michael,
something.
you're the YouTuber here.
Yeah.
I've never gotten
Is it more like your channel in like good standing? Maybe I'm not sure.
Yeah, I could imagine that feature exists. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Does
on
Twitch
Twitch
not
it doesn't.
have that?
Yeah, as of right now, there's like nothing. I was like asking all these questions, and all Twitch is like, yeah, no, so far nothing.
No, you have to be stressed out for life. Have fun with that. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So you're just in constant fear of a 3rd strike coming.
Yeah, constant fear, and also like the clips thing. Like it was really sad when I was deleting them. I was like, just like I was watching my like Discord, and they were like all linking clips, like, oh, before they go, I'm gonna delete this in 5 minutes. Watch it, and I just started like, wow, that's really sad, and then I just start like slowly sobbing, and I'm like, and then I'm just like, damn, this is gonna be something that I'll probably be upset about for a long time, because like come 30 years or 20 years from now, I'll like want to go back on these clips.
Me too. Yeah, I would use them as memories. I feel like big like music companies, right? They're very scary. Like I told the story before. I did a cover of Imagine Dragons Warriors on piano, right? On YouTube. Didn't make me much money. Made me like maybe $20 in ad revenue, right? They messaged me saying like, oh, you have a digital download available. You need to fill out this form because you did a cover of our song. We need to know how much money you made off of this song, and like all of this stuff for a cover, a piano cover of the song. So I was like, wow, I'm never covering your songs again. You know, it's just so unnecessarily like harmful. I don't know. I feel like music, if it's transformative, I think this is a completely different topic, but like if we do covers, right, is that where does that fall under? I don't know.
I heard that if you do covers, it has to be like in the likeness of the original artist, like, and you have to make all the instrumentals yourself and then sing it as the original has sung it. I was looking up the very specifics.
What?
But I could, and then it said like it's not like do your best job, but like in good faith. That was the words. In good faith that like you are doing your best to sound like the original. And I was like,
Mm, wait, so let me get this straight. After all of this, like you have a great singing voice, right? You've sang on your stream before. You've done Twitch sings. You used to play music on your stream and do like covers and stuff. Are you just not doing any of that anymore? Like you're just this is gone.
The only thing I'm considering is Twitch sings because I know I can do it within Twitch sings. So that's the only option. But as of right now, I'm just like put a halt to all like even humming and just anything. I'm just like none of it.
So what do you listen to? Do you listen to like copyright free music from like?
I listen to Lily's playlist and Harris Heller's playlist.
I'll
like,
make more.
Yeah, I'm with the same
I'm
5
literally
songs
just
only.
gonna like. I want to make like 2-hour long just piano shit, like nothing, like just simple shit, just for like background music. Because I feel like I don't know. Everyone listens to the same piano background music on YouTube. I know y'all listen to the Studio Ghibli, the fucking lo-fi. Like, everyone listens to that stuff, right? It's really funny.
Can we get striked for that?
Yeah.
Studio Ghibli stuff?
Technically, isn't that a cover of an actual song? Like the Studio Ghibli stuff is Joe Hisaishi, right? But then people are making covers of that, and then people are using those covers as background music.
I've been struck for covers. I've been struck for lo-fi remixes of songs. Like
Okay, so-
like where it's just the basest little, like the tiniest little bits of the song, and they're using it like in the background over like a bunch. You know how lo-fi is, just like remixes shit to fuck.
Do you guys want to get DMCA'd?
Hmm?
Happy birthday to
Oh,
you.
Oh, I think that one's fine, right? Happy birthday.
No.
No.
Wait, really?
You better never wish happy birthday on your stream ever
But
again.
I did this week.
Wait, unironically, Lily, what was the thing about happy birthday? You told me, I think.
They still have. It's not public domain yet. Let me look it up. That people actually got an.
Oh no.
Leslie has to live in fear for the rest of her life.
Oh no, it is. Okay, so years ago it wasn't, but I think a judge has approved. Wait, a settlement that will put "Happy Birthday to You" in the public domain. This was 2016. It ends the ownership claims of Warner Chappell Music, the music publishing company that had been collecting royalties on the song for years.
That's nuts.
Isn't that crazy?
In 2016.
The attorney was like, everyone who has a birthday can celebrate. Strong copyright protection is important for artists and content creators, but it must have limits. Because, like, before they were like, anytime you heard happy birthday, whatever. 2016 is not that long ago, too, right?
No.
Like, if the waiters are singing it in restaurants or amusement parks or whatever, like, there's a reason why people. I don't know if you guys have seen, but waiters who don't sing happy birthday, they sing like a variation of happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, like that. So they don't get like fucking sued or something.
What?
Actually, isn't that crazy? Like what?
Oh,
my
so
God.
it is. So wait. So it's saying in 2016. It's now as of 2016.
It's
we're good.
public domain.
Okay.
So you're good.
Can I at least sing that?
Warner, they settled for $14 million, and the court declared that Happy Birthday to You is in the public domain. Jesus
You got
Christ.
$14 million for
Let's
some
just
of
not
it.
talk about this.
that we
Music
could sing
company's been a
happy
music
birthday?
company.
Wait,
I
wasn't
feel like-
there something with like H3 Productions that like they went to court and stuff for like some things like fair use of like
It was
so-
for
yeah.
another. It was because another YouTuber was mad that they were using clips of his videos to shit on him, and it was, I think it was mainly due in part to the fact that he was like offended that H3 was shitting on him. I think there was good reason. He stupid shit. But yeah, it turned into like a big fair use case, right? So it's like it wasn't necessarily DMCA, but it was like, do you have the right to use someone else's YouTube clips in your video as fair use and transformative? And they ended up winning after like a long ass time.
But that makes it better for YouTubers now in the future, right?
Yes, that makes it better. But that was more like person to person, like creator to creator, and not like person to massive fucking lawyered up company, you know?
Right. Yeah.
I feel like if it's transformative enough, it should be allowed. Like nothing is like truly original these days, you know. A song is like what, a chord progression, melody, how they arrange it, how they record it, right? But people have probably used the same exact chord progression already. You know what? Maybe like hints and bits and pieces of like the same melody. I don't know.
yeah, DMCA just feels very outdated. Like it's 1998 that was all the thing, right? And then now we live in this time where like, you know, Twitch is like but YouTube we're like, I don't know. If anything, my opinion is that we're like promoting a lot of their music, just like it's kind of like a little radio station, or you know, a lot of times people are like, what song are you listening to? I'm like, oh, it's this, and I'm not like just sitting there listening to the song and just like monetizing me just sitting there listening. I'm just playing it in the background like while I'm talking, and it's just kind of like, you know. So if anything, I feel like with so many people doing that, it just brings more publicity and attention to these songs, but it's never that simple.
The exposure thing, you know.
Yeah, no, I get
I
it.
think labels.
It's just a money thing, right?
Yeah.
They have it's in their legal rights, but I feel like as time goes on, something, I don't know. I feel like there could be like a compromise. But
the rules need to be updated for the digital age, right?
Yeah, yes. I don't even know if it's like necessarily DMCA. Like I know that that's outdated, but I feel like that would take like a lot of time to change. You know, like DMCA law. I feel like you could change like how companies like Twitch and YouTube respond to DMCA law, you know? Because it's Twitch's policy that's the strike system, right? It's not like DMCA saying all of you need to have a 3-strike system. It's like Twitch saying that, it's YouTube saying that, and like I feel like it would be nice to see them like trying to come up with like a creative solution to that. I know it's very difficult, and I don't necessarily know how, but it would be nice to see like effort on it.
Yeah. Like even if it's just like instead of like they can take my Twitch clip revenue. Like I'm completely okay if they do that, you know? It's like, okay,
I think
cool.
That would be totally fine.
Like they can have that 0.03 cent. I literally looked at my VOD, how much my VODs made over the course of an entire year one time. And I think I made $30 or something. Like something like really small. It was like, I think it's a lot better now, but my God.
I didn't even know you could do that. Look at
you make money on your VODs, but like the rate is like
it's so small.
It's so
minuscule.
Infinitely small that you would not know. Oh wait, actually curious. Like Leslie is under 2 strikes, and Lily, have you gotten a strike yet?
I have never gotten a strike, but I am a little scared. I remember I had a stream, right? Where I was just listening to songs that chat linked me because I wanted recommendations, right?
Yeah.
Literally, it was a stream where I would pull up YouTube videos of songs and then be like, I would listen to a bit. I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. Yeah, I really like how they did this. Like, and then and I would keep doing that. I'm like, does that count? Like, as like, I'm like kind of commentating on it. But that gets, I'm scared now, so I'm not gonna do it.
I think it depends on the amount of time you listen to it, right?
Some songs I did listen to all of it just because I can like listen to it and then give my opinion on it. Like, wow, this was a really good song. Thank you for the recommendation. I will listen to this later. Blah blah blah. But whatever. Let's move on to chess.
Wow.
Wait, before we move on, can I see what I do for DMCA? Actually, I've been doing this for a while.
What do you do?
So I play my music really low. It's just background music, right? I used to listen to, this was like the progression of my kind of stuff. I used to listen to jazz playlists, actually, because I really like smooth jazz is nice, actually. And I got DMCA'd for like all of it. Like it was jazz and
stuff is racist.
Jazz and R&B. I got DMCA'd for a shitload of it. And so how I would know is I would put my VODs or my gameplay highlights on YouTube, and YouTube would instantly be like, that's DMC, like this is someone else's. And I'm like, okay. And so over the times I went from like R&B, jazz, rock to like anime music and like Japanese anime music. I started playing like, you know, like essentially like video game music. I have this video game playlist, and a lot of this stuff from like Japan, they don't DMCA on YouTube. And so over the times, like my playlist is like literally all video game music and like anime openings. And unless it's like the very most recent, like don't fucking do My Hero, like most recent OP, you're gonna get struck instantly. But like as long as it's not that or like any current season, like usually it's okay. It's like I've been doing that for like a year and a half, and like it's prepared me well for this because I'm just like, yep, I don't have to be worried. I don't think.
You're a 5-head genius.
I don't think.
So careless.
I don't know. I think like maybe if they pull back long that they'll find the music that was DMCA'd. So until I get the strike, I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I feel like, no offense, Leslie, you're like the guinea pig for me. Like
I am.
you're like the front running guinea pig. I'm just like, okay, what's gonna happen to her? You know, when they like electrocute her, is she gonna breathe still? And so I'm just waiting to see like if you get like another strike, or like if other people get 2 strikes, like what is Twitch gonna do? Because they can't lose. They can't lose like all of us, you know. And so like you're like a pretty prominent, like fairly large streamer. Like I just want to see like, will the guinea pig live? No offense. Like I think I mean I'm talking about your career here, but like I'm just saying,
no,
you know.
I understand. I'll take it. It's fine.
It's a very INTJ thing to say. Yes.
I'll be the guinea pig. I've been told by a lot of people like, you're not gonna get banned. Don't delete your clips. Just so many people DMing me, and then I talk to Twitch. They're like, you will get banned and delete your clips. So I just
I wouldn't. I wouldn't risk it for you, especially because especially if they want to make an example, like they could use you.
Yeah, like one person is fine for them to show people that they're serious, and I don't want that to be me. Anyways, it's frustrating, but here we are. Nothing. I feel like I can't do anything about it. Just wallow in my tears.
I feel like
that's it.
Thanks, Pokey. If you get like one more strike, that'd literally be like checkmate for you. Speaking of checkmate, recently a massive explosion in popularity in Twitch. What are your thoughts on the resurgence? Resurgence, is that a word?
Yes, that is the correct word.
Correct.
So, Michael and I tried out chess a few years ago.
I saw.
I
was watching Hikaru watch you guys.
You're welcome.
It was so bad. It was like I consider myself a relatively fairly intelligent person most of the time. Are you okay? You need some wine? You good?
No, the last.
Sarah?
Yeah, I'm good.
He's allergic to bullshit.
and then Michael and I played chess. My faith, like, I felt so stupid, for lack of a better word, just stupid. But what about you guys? Have you played chess? Like, have you?
Skara, you can go
Leslie,
first.
you're in the pod champs.
I am in the pod. Okay, well, chess is hard. I I don't play chess, and then one day Albert Boxbox was messaging me, or he comes onto my stream. He's like, "Want to play me in chess?" And I was like, I'm so bad. He's just play me. I'm like, fine. I play one game. I lose. The next day, chess.com emails me, said, do you want to be in our chess tournament? And I was like,
Wow.
So I don't reply. And then Hikaru messages me on Twitter the same day, says, hey, are you going to be in the chess tournament? And I was like, what? So then I said, I have no experience. And he's like, that should be fine. Let me double check. He goes, it's fine. And I was like, okay. So I did it. And then that's why now I'm a massive regret. I have so much anxiety every day about this stupid tournament.
But it's great, right?
I don't know, man. It's like you think backseating in like other games is bad in chess?
Oh my god.
Like,
the chat. Pawn to E5! Pawn to E5! Why she do that? Sorry.
I can like hear their screeches, and like I thought I was crazy for almost crying one time because of how mean people were to me in chess. And then but then I watched Janet stream, and then she started crying in her stream too, and I was like, oh my god, I'm not alone. Like I got overwhelmed too. So she's like, it doesn't help when you guys are just saying she's so bad it hurts, like. And I was like, that's the same shit I get.
And then like even if you say she's so bad it hurts, why the fuck you watching? Okay, it's like you turn the stream on. You're choosing to watch a Twitch streamer who's clearly not that great at chess, trying their best. Like why type? Oh my gosh, they're so bad. It's so painful.
Yes.
I'm like actually a grandmaster in my own like. Sorry, that makes me so like,
exactly.
Like why say mean things like that? Like it just.
I think it's all strategy games you get backseated. Chess is even worse because chess, someone can literally pop up an engine and be like, "That was the wrong move." They could literally turn on fucking like the super AI and be like, "Yeah, this AI calculated you blundered there," and you don't know.
When we play chess, like they tell you your blunders and mistakes and like where you went wrong, and I'm like, I didn't know
very good
that, like there was a wrong move, like.
A wrong move? You thought it was more subjective than that?
No, it's all computer can calculate everything.
That's actually so funny.
You can like predict the optimal game with a chess engine.
Wait, so I have an idea. What if you're versing someone, right? But then you verse a computer, right? But you do what your opponent would do and see what the computer
They
does,
do that.
and then you do the computer move
they do that.
instead.
Yeah, that's called
Oh.
cheating.
That's
Oh.
called. That happens
Yeah,
a
that's-
lot.
Yeah.
Like, to play around that, a lot of people play faster chess. Like, you can't really do that if you're playing like
Blitz
blitz,
chess.
you know, because
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like
I see.
even to move the pieces and like wait for the thing to update, like you'll take a lot of time.
Yeah, true. Okay. That's it. Oh yeah, I thought it was being 5-head,
That's
but
your
I guess
chess.
people have done that already.
Oh yeah.
But I think
I
it's
think the first computer to like beat a human was like 20 years ago, right? Like it was
Oh.
before computers were like
Oh.
wow, we have unlimited minutes. That's
Nice.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, good job,
But
Lily.
what happened?
We
Oh,
have
just the
unlimited
pop-up.
Zoom minutes.
What the fuck? Okay, whatever.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, they figured out how to beat humans in chess like a long ass time ago.
Mhm.
In
I think-
1980s.
It also helps that chess is so it's universal, right? Like
Okay.
anyone can play. It's not like video games.
It
It's
is
Nice.
weird. Like, oh, go ahead. No.
No, go. You
no,
finish your thought.
no. Okay, just the fact that all of us like, have at one point played chess in our lives, it's weird to think that when we're kids, like some point
Tammy.
we're like chessboard and someone teaches us. It's like a
Tammy.
classic game.
200-year-old game, by the way.
200?
I think
Just
so. Yeah.
200?
Wait,
I thought
wait,
it was
wait.
older.
Older.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
wait.
what I was
I
thinking.
thought it was like 1500.
Wait, I'm gonna
It
look up.
originated like in India,
Oh,
right?
1,500 years. Sorry.
Yeah, that sounds
Oh
right.
my-
Sorry. I seem to have been a little bit mistaken. Anyways, like, I think chess has been crazy. Like, the evolution of chess on Twitch is like, okay, is it QXC? It's XQC, right?
Yeah, XQC.
XQC started playing chess with Nakamura, which, by the way, it's like insane that the best chess players in the world stream on Twitch. Like,
That's so
Like,
funny.
Magnus Carlsen literally was considered to be like potentially the
Best in
best
the
chess
world.
player of all time. Fucking memes on Twitch, like here and there. Like he fucking plays while drunk and like fucks with his opponent. Like he gave his opponent like 9 free moves, started the game and still beat him. Like it was just and like Grandmaster, and it was like it's like to see those types of like talented people come in and like interact with each other. Like XQC is
Really?
like 900 rated player, and like Hikaru on that website is like 3,000 rated. Like he played me, and I played chess before. Like when I was really young, I played like in my middle school years for like 3 years or something. And like I went to like the state championship. I got like a trophy for placing 14th at state. I'm not very high rated. I think I was like 1100 at the time. For a really small, I was like, okay, it wasn't bad. And like he beat my ass. It was 1 minute to 10. He beat my ass in 30 seconds. And then afterwards, I was like, wow, it's like you bullied me like it was like the playground, and like you took my lunch money. And he told me, he was like, I think I can go faster. So the next game, he gave himself 30 seconds and beat me in 16. And I was just like, holy fuck! I ended my like sessions with him there, and I was like, I need to go
I need to
die.
take a
like,
break.
Yeah, he's that phenomenally good. Like the skill difference is that wide. You know?
That's so
That is
cool, like-
impressive. Yeah.
Being that good at, you have to think so many moves ahead, and I can't. I just do whatever.
When you see his clips and he's like calculating the best move, 15 moves in advance, you see the arrows, you're just like, this guy's a fucking like maniac. He's actually like a genius.
Have you seen him do puzzles? He does
Yeah.
puzzles like so like his chat play, or I don't know, like the one time I was watching him do puzzles, his chat's like, let's play a game. Let's see if we can spot the king before he finishes the puzzles. And I actually tried. Like I'd look at the board, I'd look for the king, and by the time I found the king, he'd like solve the puzzle.
Yep.
And I was like, what? And then you just go back to back to back to back to back to back to back, like 40 in a row, no mistakes. And I was just like,
because
Wow.
like he's like the number 1 or number 2 at like blitz chess. So like at the fastest version of the legal chess, he is the best at it in the world. So like he sees the board state instantly and makes a decision.
Fucking
Chess
computer,
is so
man.
interesting. I also really, I know this is kind of off topic, like the aesthetics of chess.
Oh,
Like, you know, the
what?
king, the queen,
Oh,
the.
Oh
like the
yeah,
wood of-
yeah.
It's like I don't know, I like that a lot.
Me
It's
too.
There's been a lot of, pop culture
Mhm.
that comes from chess, right?
All right,
I can see why it got really popular.
but real
I'm,
talk.
I'm probably not gonna play it, but
Yeah, real talk. Chess is popular right now for one reason though. I feel it's
no
because
games.
there's
lack
no
of games.
good multiplayer games right now this year.
Ah,
And it hasn't been for like a year and a half, I think, or a year. Like there was like the golden age was like probably like League of Legends is still popping. Overwatch came out. You know, stuff like that. Where like there's like really good games. Like I think right now it's like aside from Valorant, every other game failed. There's no good MMOs. There's no good multiplayer games. Literally everything else is like kind of terrible. And there's only good single player games out right now. Like Last of Us 2 is coming out. Cyberpunk's later this year. Like Witcher 3 was earlier years. Like there's lots of good ones like that. But like there's like no multiplayer games. And it's really embarrassing. Like the top categories of multiplayer games are like, aside from Valorant, are like chess and like a 1,500-year-old game and Minecraft. You know, it's like a 10-year-old game, like a 15-year-old game.
Looking for games
yes,
to play.
like
Speaking of Minecraft,
Oh, the segue again.
recently we always end up going back to Minecraft. I noticed. I swear to God, this is fed. I know it's fed. Can you excuse me for a second?
Take your time.
So what are we going to talk about while she's gone? Michael?
Do you want any food, Scar? I'm gonna order some food.
No,
I'll
I'm
take
good,
some
I'm
food
good.
too. You can ship over some
yeah, no
Starbucks
problem.
over to my house. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no
got
problem.
it.
Fucking
It's
fine.
okay. I got it over here.
Okay.
Jesus. Did they sponsor you yet,
Is
Leslie?
a sponsor?
It's my dream.
What if they sponsored you, but instead of giving you money, they're just like, we'll just give you free product?
I'm down.
You
I
doing
take
it?
I do it.
That's
I do it.
reasonable. Yeah, that's
I do it.
reasonable.
Yeah,
I do that
free-
for like energy drinks.
Yeah,
See how much product she goes through a day? Come on, look at that.
You know,
just one a day
shit
on
happens.
average.
Lost my dog. What are you gonna do? Why is she? Is someone over right now? That's the only reason
Is?
she'd be barking right now. Someone is over. Yeah.
Lily's mustache moved up to her.
Oh,
I
it's the person who's working on our podcast setup is over right now. New person trying to figure out like if we can design a better podcast setup just to see. So that's why she's bright. Okay, yeah.
When are you guys gonna move back to a like in-person podcast?
We were going to, but actually a couple people like the Zoom podcast. I think.
It is much easier.
I love the Zoom. Like as a viewer, I love it too.
Yeah. So like I think whatever makes people more comfy is the one we're gonna go with. You know.
Yeah.
That's reasonable. You can have more
sorry.
episodes with that.
Yeah. So sorry, Lily. I know a new person's here because they're helping us with the podcast setup.
Oh, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, why is she barking so much?
I've watched every offline TV podcast from the beginning.
I'm sorry.
That's a lie.
No, it's real. You can test me on any facts. I actually watched them all.
What
while
was
doing
our
makeup.
last one about?
Black Lives Matter.
Oh shit!
Mm-hmm.
She could have
And
known that.
No, and before that was Saikuno guest starring.
Oh
And
shit!
Toast always reveals way too much about himself.
Oh my gosh, she does.
Oh,
watch
she
this.
does watch all of them.
Maybe.
We
Yeah,
always.
I just like them a lot. They're nice.
So we
To
were
do
just
my
talking.
makeup.
You were just talking about Minecraft before you
Oh.
yelled at Temmie and ran out of the room.
Yes, we always come back to Minecraft. Like
Kind of.
every so often, you know, it's like, what do we do? What game can every one of us play and enjoy it? Just comes back to Minecraft, and I think like I don't know. I think it's one of those games where you always have stuff to do. You know, like people can play differently, and then with enough people in one server, it's pretty much like an MMO.
It
Ain't
is.
right?
Yeah. Scar, do you like Minecraft? Because I know it's not usually your kind of game.
Okay. My opinion about Minecraft is somewhat similar to my opinion about Mafia, which is I don't like it unless it's with friends or a very low amounts. Like Minecraft for me is like in because I don't really like the building aspect of the game. I think if you don't like the building aspect, then like that's half of not more of the game. So if you don't like that aspect, the other half is like grinding, creating like grinds, whether you grind for XP or grind for like mining, like stuff like that. And I play like Monster Hunter World and I play like Path of Exile, so I play like the ultimate grinding games, like games that cannot be like grindier. So I don't have any real passion for Minecraft. I'll play it here and there. It's not a big deal, but it's like it's not for me.
Okay, fair enough. You hate fun.
Yeah.
I get it.
I hate fun. Speaking about fun, Michael, I'm gonna change the top. This is not one of our topics. That dog just went on sale. Michael, are you buying it?
Yes, the new
Dog?
robotics dog.
Okay,
So
so
Oh,
way,
the Boston
way
dog.
back when, Boston
I'm looking at it
Robotics
right
has
now.
a mechanical robot dog
Yeah.
that they would not sell. Michael tried to ask to buy it, and what did they say?
They said, no, you cannot buy it. You can only buy it if you're a construction company or a disaster relief fund.
Yes.
And I was considering like establishing a fake construction company to try and buy this dog. But now they're selling it openly on to the public. And I am looking at it right now on my other screen. And the dog, the base model itself, is quite pricey, I have found. It is $75,000
Wow.
for the Boston Dynamics robot dog. So, wow, they're really like gouging the add-ons as well. Like it comes with the base thing and you have to like Apple dongle a bunch of other functionality onto it.
Well,
Wait,
what's
that's
so
just the
great
base
about
dog?
it?
Oh, I just wanted a robot dog was my thing. Like it's just a robot dog they made so you can like control it through software. And it's badass. It moves like a dog. What if you're at a party and there's a robot dog with drinks on its back,
That's
bringing
actually-
you alcohol? Kind of badass. You're never gonna forget that, right? It can walk up and down stairs and shit. It's fucking sick. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna purchase the $75,000 dog though.
Why?
It's $75,000.
When's your birthday?
Oh, lovely.
Look, all I'm gonna say is like just for like probably $25,000 more. Wow, you can buy by quantity. You can ask for
Yeah.
more than one at once.
Get
Yeah,
one and
you
name
can,
it
like-
Timmy.
What breed is it after? Does it look like a certain breed of dog? Or what
No,
is this?
it looks like a robot dog.
No, it's right here. I can link it in the Discord if you want.
Oh.
It is.
Looking at it.
It looks like it's just a fucking robot.
Oh,
But it can do some really advanced like movement.
Oh, this
but-
is like
Robot dog.
Black Mirror. You know, the one that
Yes, yeah,
chases
the
you and
kill
kills
dog,
you.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my!
Look at that. The add-ons are
The
very
add-ons?
expensive.
30,
To get-
20,000, 29,000 for an inspection camera.
For inspection camera.
21,000 for a panoramic view cam.
I
Bruh.
don't even know what these would do.
GPU 25,000.
Oh my god, that's just fucking crazy. But they can do it because it's proprietary hardware.
Software, yeah.
$75,000.
Yeah, for a lidar, fucking
We don't
That's
need to ask
yeah.
Pokey for a loan real quick.
But God knows I want this dog because I think it'd be fun to program and move around the house, and that's literally just about it.
Mhm.
It'll be sick though.
Maybe in your next PO box opening, there will be
Boston
a.
Dynamics.
Oh my god!
You
If
think there's
someone,
a rich like prince out there who like is a fan of Michael Reeves and despises for him? If there are any rich princes out there who is a fan of Michael Reeves who would
Don't
buy it for him,
buy it,
please,
dog.
I am his girlfriend. Please buy me an animation voiceover studio.
I am
I think that's
her-
gonna
shoot
cost
my
a whole
shot,
lot
man.
more.
I gotta shoot my shot.
You tried.
Thank you. Yeah, let's talk a little more.
Just- You're the host.
You're the host.
Alright, I'm sorry, I'm not very good at
Leslie, are you raising your hand?
Yes. Well, no,
Yeah.
just really quickly. I saw that I have the list of topics open as well. And
Yes.
before we move on, well, we already moved on, but there's one thing about chess and there's this whole thing about elitism. And then there's this article that came out that I just wanted to touch on that was like
Yeah.
basically shitting on this whole tournament and saying like basically that that chess at a beginner level should never be streamed for the public because it like ruins the integrity of the game.
Ooh,
Yada yada yada.
That's
It was
so
the
I'm sorry,
funny.
who wrote this? Is it like a boomer? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
it's just
it was like
What?
a super boomer take.
that's such a outdated take.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, but
Stop gatekeeping things people
was-
do for fun.
yeah, I can link the article. It's like
Please do, I want 'em all.
it's in the Discord, but it's from chesstech.org, and then it was the one on the right. And for some reason, they targeted me as like the example of like of how like of why it's so bad. And they're like like in one of the paragraphs it says, "Who cares for a match between Carlsen and Aronian, who are apparently like two of the best players, when you can see Foosley, right?" But it's like
True.
shitting on me, essentially saying
This
why.
Bob and Danny, commentators of many world class events, cannot help laugh laughing. What grammar? A simple knight check picks up the queen. Will Foozly see it? Her hand moves towards the knight, but she picks up a pawn next to it. Eyes are rolling. Her opponent doesn't use the chance to save his queen, blah, blah, blah. It's just, it's, what?
It's such a, the way it was phrased, it's just so, it looks so down, and it was such a boomer take, I couldn't help but just watch
such a boomer. They have a picture of the people who have that opinion, and he's a fucking boomer. It's great. That's such a weird thing to...
Boomer is a mentality, not appearance.
It's like,
It's a mentality.
Yeah.
It's such like a, I don't know, outdated way to think about it.
Yeah, it was just a side note that I remember. I forgot that I wanted to touch on that. It was so ridiculous
Yeah,
that
that
people
is-
could
What an
be
article.
gatekeeping chess for a 1,500-year-old game. They're like, no, this game should never be broadcasted at a
If
beginner
any-
level
Should
because it
never
ruins
have
you.
fun with this.
If anything, they should be. They should feel so
love
Yeah,
happy.
they should
Yes.
feel really happy.
Like,
Yeah, that-
how
more
are you gonna be able to like have a resurgence of chess? Like, did checkers start getting popular anytime recently? Like, do you think Go is gonna be played again? Hell no, dude. Chess is like really fucking lucky because from what I understand, like that's like a dying game. You know, I feel like that's a game that like loses interest over time, or especially
Yes.
as we go more and more into the digital age.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought.
I like-
yeah.
I like the other take a lot. We live in, I don't know how to pronounce this. Endogamy? Is that how you? ENDOGAMY?
That's a large word, yes.
Endogamy
I don't know it.
pronunciation.
Yeah.
Endogamy.
Google it, maybe.
I don't know. what that-
Endogamy. I was right. Anyway, in chess world, we live in perpetual endogamy, repeating ourselves. Almost no one is investing in reaching out to new audiences. So, like the fact that, you know, you're participating in this, like they're getting so many new eyeballs on chess. That's a game that's like literally hundreds and hundreds of years old. I think that's amazing. I think it's like a win-win for everyone. Like, I don't know, that's so weird that they would complain about it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I think it's
So-
funny that they targeted you, like Foozly.
I was very insulted, but it's because apparently one of the games I played was like called the blunder. What they call it, the train wreck of the tournament, because both me and the guy I was playing against, Nate Hill, were like blundering left and right, but
I
not
think that's
catching.
hilarious. Though.
But that was fine. Like I didn't realize it until I watched it back that like they're like the hosts are screaming like, "Oh my gosh, Butter!" But like I'm just like playing, and then this guy watches it. He's disgusted by like what he's watching and why it's how could this be broadcasted? You're ruining the integrity of the game here. How dare you people enjoy a game like but from beginners? It was so ridiculous to me.
Wait,
so
that's
it's just
so funny. I love it.
yeah.
I
So.
think most people
let's take-
are like on the side of more
Mhm.
eyes to chess, the better. I think
Yes.
that's a minority for sure.
Agreed. So, yeah, this is a side note. Would you guys compete in a tournament? If like I heard they're doing a Twitch Rivals, would you guys do it?
I told whatchamacallit, Nakamura to invite me to the next one. I told Boxpies to tell Nakamura to invite me to the next one. I'm down.
Oh,
It's a
I don't know. I'm really bad, so I feel bad. I
I'd
do
do
it
it.
I do it for shits and giggles. You know, like if people
Yeah,
need like
yeah.
entertainment, they want to see like
Yeah.
blunder after blunder after blunder. I'll go.
Yeah, if they don't mind seeing that in the
Yeah,
tournament, like,
yeah,
ha,
I'll
horsey go
fucking do
burp,
it.
I move boo both horsies. Like, I'm fine with it then.
That's literally how we played. I moved my first horse, then my second
Uh-oh.
horse
Horsey.
to me.
Uh-oh, horsey.
Once I moved all my pawns up just one space and one row. Just like one row up, and I'm
Oh
like,
my-
it's all
The
even now.
impenetrable defense.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. So
But yeah,
You-
chess pieces. If you want to know how to play chess, you need to know like all the interactions between the boards. Speaking of interactions, as online creators, you guys get a lot of interactions when it comes to viewers and fans. Sometimes instantaneously through stream.
good
What are some
segue,
of the
Lily.
most frequent comments you receive?
Take it away.
Does this guy ever win?
Oh no!
That's like whenever I read my chat, like, how come when I watch this guy, he always loses?
Oh no! I see.
That's unfortunate.
I get a lot
know.
of people who comment. They just like listening to me, like a one-man podcast, I guess, one woman podcast. Like they just have it in the background, they like chill. And I'm like, how do you guys deal when I play video games? And once in a while, I'll scream, you know, like really loud because I missed a headshot or something. And they're like, We get used to it. We're like, okay, that's cute. What about you, Leslie?
Like a comment I receive a lot?
Yeah.
That's kind of tricky because I think I do so many different things. It depends what I'm doing. But I get a lot of like, wow, you're bad at whatever you're doing.
I'm so
wow,
sorry.
she's actually no. The one I see a lot is she's pretending. Like she's actually
my
pretending
God.
to be bad.
No,
and those I'm just like,
Leslie, I get that too.
You get it, okay.
Sometimes people are like, she's just pretending to be this bad, right? Because it's cute or whatever. They're just trolling. And I'm like, is it more insulting to say like we are that bad? Or like, we're totally pretending. You know, I'm actually really good at Valorant. You guys just haven't seen me pop off yet. But I don't know which one, but yeah.
I don't know how to feel when I see that. I'm like, damn it, am I that bad that they think I'm pretending?
Yeah,
Which
no,
I'm like,
I
shit.
have to say, like, guys, I'm not trolling. I'm just that bad. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. What?
Please.
I was gonna ask Michael, what kind of comments do you get, like, you know, on YouTube? But it's just shitty robot ideas, right?
Build robot that does X. Haha, Roomba go bird.
Yeah, have you actually had one that was like really good?
Huh?
Have you actually seen a robot idea that was like pretty good?
Yeah. Yes, I have had robot ideas. Like once in a very long blue moon, there'll be an idea that's just solid, and like you can like take some of those ideas. It's like the fucking enchanting table in Minecraft. You can take the components of good ideas and you can put them together into like something you can actually do.
Can you straighten out your glasses? They're crooked.
No, yeah, no problem.
Oh no.
Oh, that
made
makes
it
you look
worse.
so derpy. Okay.
Michael, what robot idea are you working on now?
Ooh.
Ooh.
I don't know.
It's not really a robot idea. More so like a video idea, right?
Yeah, it's got some tasers in it. It's
It's like he's going back to his OG, like.
There's it's got like an eye tracker. It's like fuck, I just explained this last night. But it's like an eye tracker that you know those eye trackers that people use on stream. And I came across something on Reddit a few days ago where it's like an AI that can solve Waldo puzzles. Where's Waldo puzzles? You know, like finding the guy on the page. Yeah. And I'm like, I want to do a video where it's like I can train humans to be faster than the AI. Like, we're gonna be better than the AI. So it's like, use the eye tracker to see if you can find Waldo on a Where's Waldo page. And you need to find him within a certain amount of time or you get electrocuted in the chair that you're sitting in. So it's like, it knows if you found Waldo or not.
By like, you
That's
can
the
tell if you're looking at it.
Yeah, if you're on like the location where Waldo is.
Can you please straighten your glasses? It's like, please, man. Just... Okay.
Oh no.
You can't even do it.
I actually get dizzy. Holy crap! Doesn't that make you dizzy?
Oh, the glasses? No.
Yeah.
I think my prescription is a lot weaker than yours.
What are the comments that are your
Fucking blind
favorite
ass
to
bitch.
read? What?
Huh?
Huh?
What?
Favorite comments to read?
Yeah. Ooh, or like comments that you read over the years that really stuck with you. I can tell one of mine, but it's not a good one. Okay. This was way before.
Ready.
No, because it stuck with me over the years, right? It's one of those, it was back when, like, people made, like, much bigger fuss about my voice and stuff, right? And it was a little higher back then, but all this stuff. And then one of the people commented on my videos, oh god, her voice, kill her before it lays eggs or something, right? And I'm like, that is so funny! Like, I'm a fucking alien or something! Like, kill it before it lays eggs? I'm like, that's so funny. I'm sorry, but that always, like, stuck with me. It was, like, 6 years ago, too. I'm like, that's really funny. Alright, sorry. Anyway, anyone else that really stuck with you?
The mean ones stick more than the nice ones, I think.
I think
absolutely.
that's just human nature.
Yeah.
Like, you can have a bunch of positive comments and that one negative comment, and it is what it is.
There is this one guy who, like, I don't know how often he comes around a lot, but he, like, okay, I don't know if it's one guy, but he, like, makes these accounts that are basically, like, it'll spam, like, in my chat, and it's just, like, Edison's gonna leave you. Like you're like he's not. You're like I already know. Like and it's just like in giant text, and his name is like Edison deserves better or Foosley. Like you're like yeah, and like he'll like get banned and he'll make another. And he's been going at it for a long. I don't even know. It feels like years, but. It'll just be in a wave, and I'll look, and I'm like, damn. And sometimes it's like really mean. Like it'll be like why he thinks like Edison's out of my league, and like why I deserve to be alone and stuff. I'm like, what? And it scares me that there's someone doing this. Like there's someone out there like who's like doing like it's so creepy. Like to think of this person. Okay, I got banned. I'm gonna redo that. Here's my new message that I'm gonna make and post. Like that's so creepy to me. And so that sticks with me. Like the ones that like make me feel like really unsettled.
That is really pathetic.
Very, yeah.
Like, super pathetic.
There's some weirdos out there, man.
You could be doing something else with your life, but you choose to do that instead with your time. Like, I can't wrap. That's just really pathetic.
Like, of all the things you're, like, spending your time doing. Exactly. It just blows my mind.
Like,
that's why it's scary.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so weird, too. Like, I think obsessive behavior in general, and this can go both ways, whether they're, like, a super fan or a super hater is not, like, healthy.
Agreed.
Do you guys have any, like, messages like that? Like, people, like, went out of their way to send you stuff? I had one time in my chat where I banned someone, right? It was like, their name was like Lily Peaches a slut or some shit like that, right? And I banned them, obviously. And they made another Twitch account. Lily Peaches a slut too.
Oh, no, you didn't!
And I'm like, yeah, your fucking stupid fucking mod doesn't change the fact that you're a slut, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, banning it. Not once, not twice, but another time, Lily Peaches a slut. just have like numbers too. I think like 2-3 times they made Twitch accounts and they stopped. There was another time on Reddit too. They kept like making new accounts to like respond because I kept blocking them and banning them. But like people who just like go out of their way to make new accounts and harass you. I had that happen on Twitter too. I block people on Twitter that annoy me. Like I think it's just life's too short to deal with people like that. I just block and move on. Some people take that kind of personally, and then they make new accounts to message you, right? You block that one. They make another account. You block that one. It just goes on and on. And I'm like, wow. Anyway. Anyone like that?
I think I have very normal fans, you know? Even like even the it's like, okay, I'm not a girl, okay? I know the fucking freaks you and Pokey get, okay, Lily? Like just freak of nature's out there who like try to find where you live, like try to find what you're doing every day, harass your friend. Like those people I don't
Not
get.
as bad as Pokey.
Yeah, Pokey has some real
worst by far.
Real weirdos.
Like
I see people come to my chat like, yo, I love watching your stream, and I'm like, hey man, thanks dude.
Yeah.
And then like
this is all in the past. I don't think I get that people anymore, but like I'm just talking in the past.
Oh,
I do feel like it used to be way worse, like in general.
It was way worse, and yeah, for sure. But nowadays it's like pretty chill. But I have the stories to tell, so it's like okay, cool. Yeah. I like that.
Like I've never had like a everything's pretty chill. I've had like maybe a couple bad fan interactions, nothing that was like absurd, except for that one time I was at the party. Oh yeah, I told this story. I was at a party, in E3 came on, and during E3 week, they're throwing like parties nonstop, pretty much every day. And like I was at one of them because I was at E3 for a sponsor that day, and like someone came up to me and they just told me I was shit. Like I thought like
what?
Like no one in their right mind does that to someone and so I thought he was like joking. Like he came up to me and he's like, you're shit at League of Legends. And this was still back when I was playing League and I was trying to jungle for Twitch Rivals. And then I was like, haha, and he looks at me dead in the eye and he says, no, I mean it. You're really fucking bad at League. Like, and he starts listing off the way how bad I am. Like I can't do this. Like I can't do this. I can't do this. And I'm just looking at him. I'm just like so confused.
Like, baffled. Like
I'm like so confused. So I'm like, what the fuck? And eventually I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then like I just like like just leave because I was
Yeah,
so
yeah.
confused.
He's fucking crazy.
Yeah, he is insane. And I talked to Darius about him later, and Darius is like, "Oh yeah, that's that guy who stalks like my girlfriend. He's like the person who like talks to her and says and like thinks that like he owns her because he donates to her." And I'm like, okay, so that guy was fucking weirdo. Cool. I knew that guy was insane, you know?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got some validation on that. It's fucking crazy.
I feel like people who do that type of stuff probably have some shit going on in their life anyway. Like, I don't know any normal, happy person who would ever do that to another person. I don't know. It's
I just like how you had to clarify that he wasn't kidding. I was like, haha. He's like, no, you fucking suck.
Really.
Yeah, really,
Not
you're
a
such
joke.
ass at League.
Blows my mind because you never see people come up to you in person. It's always online. Everyone's behind you.
Yes.
So it's
In
like-
all the years of like done conventions and whatever, like no one has ever said shit to me face to face. It has always been like behind anonymous, which makes me feel better that they can't say it face to face, right? Or like they have to do it behind the anonymous mask.
Yep. Blows my mind.
Good
I
time,
mean,
good time.
I think that
One
just
day I
happens
had
to
the-
like, you know, if you're like really successful, you're gonna get like some haters. And speaking of success, because of your successes as creators, you're often looked to as role models in the industry. This results in many people asking the big question: how do I become a successful streamer or YouTuber?
Oh god. Take it away, Michael.
Yeah, Michael.
Just upload videos and pray.
But how are you
That's it.
successful then?
You upload videos. I prayed a lot. Because
Was it one video? Like you upload one video and then it just did well? Or like how did it work for you?
yeah, I got very lucky when Reddit caught my first video and it went to like r/shitty robots and they really blew it up. That was awesome. And then I had like 5 or 6 months where I just didn't do anything productive on the YouTube channel. And
After your
I
first video.
Yeah, I started making like tutorials, which are completely because I didn't understand. I was like, videos are videos; these work. And, I mean, I wanted to make tutorials too, because I thought
A
it
lot
was
of people, you know,
cool.
still ask for like more
The tutorials?
tutorials, right?
Yeah, I
You should
might
make
start
more.
them up again. That's a
wanna watch.
long-term goal. It's
Okay,
a long-term
long-term
goal.
Or you
goal.
could stream those tutorials too.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
And then hide your stream behind a paywall so people have to pay.
Oh.
Make your
Tutorial.
VOD sub only, so you're making money through 2 different ways. Oh,
That's huge.
Genius.
Yeah, that I don't know. The only advice I can ever give to someone looking to start out on YouTube or Twitch is to just do something you enjoy and make content out of it. Because if you don't enjoy it, then someone
They're
else
not
is not
gonna
going to
enjoy
enjoy
it.
it.
True.
And
Oh yeah. You know, before I was on Twitch, I tried to make videos when I was in high school. I even have diary entries. I'm like, I would love to do something online, maybe make a YouTube video, but I'm like, maybe it's singing.
Really?
But like, I was like, if I do singing, I'm not good enough at singing. I'm not good enough at music, so then that wouldn't work. But maybe I could try, and then I would write like, maybe I could make science tutorial videos because I was a science bio major back then. Maybe I could write like make chemistry videos. So I that's why like I have tutorials of me like teaching a little bit of chemistry and singing a
Really?
little
Sick.
bit
That's
from
that's
old
so
yeah
cute.
old stuff, and like
That's
you know
adorable.
they're supposed to stay hidden, but then
Yeah.
as Twitch I tried that, then people discovered them, and then I'm like
That's funny.
That's so
Yeah.
cute.
I have some early embarrassing YouTube videos
I
from
too
when I was
have some
very
early
young.
embarrassing YouTube videos. I think all of us started off kind of cringe. I'm still cringe. That's the, but
same. Yeah, but we get some more validation because people watch it and they're like, okay, you know,
what
maybe
was your
yeah.
like first video, like first content you've ever created that got you like fans and stuff? Or streaming? I don't know.
I don't have.
Do you guys remember?
I didn't have one. I feel like it was always just like, oh well, there was an incident that happened, and then the whole PewDiePie guitar thing.
Oh, I mean like in the very beginning, you know.
Oh,
how'd you
very
fir-
even before.
Oh, we're not
that.
talking about like
like a certain thing.
Cool. You
I-
guys can't remember your humble beginnings? No. I'm joking. I
My-
can
my
tell
fir-
mine. I'll go
Oh,
on. First,
go
Scar
for it. No,
first. No,
Okay.
I talked a lot. Scar. Go.
My very first Reddit post was announcing when I was gonna
Oh.
stream. Like I
Oh.
think 9 years ago.
Aw.
And it has like my stream, and it has like a fucking emote in the fucking. I was talking. It's like it has like a fucking emote face, like a fucking like little parentheses in the different size circles for eyes. I have to find this. It's fucking
yeah.
I look at it and I was like, what the fuck was I thinking back then, dude?
Scar
But I was
used to
like
type,
introducing my stream for the first time ever. And I
Scar
remember
used
that
to
being
type
like,
Funny.
Scar
That's-
used to type different. Like I have past DMs from him. Hold on. I'm
I used to
pulling it
have
up right now.
emotes in my DMs, and people are
He
just like,
put
what?
emojis
No
in
way.
his DMs.
Why no emojis?
I
He asked me
know.
for 2014. He asked me for Twitch emotes, right?
Yes.
This was back when like I think there weren't that many Twitch emote artists. I know there weren't like all of them
Nope.
as you see now. He asked me, I don't know why, and I'm like, hey, so I'm like, hey, what do you want? It's 28 by 28. It's really small, and he's like, I have no idea what I want. Semicolon dash semicolon. You know, like the crying face. I'm like, can you imagine Scar typing semicolon
That's
dash?
epic.
Okay.
It's so cute.
I've
It's
never
so
seen
cute. It's
type
so
an
cute.
emoji.
Dude, I know it's like old
Are you-
Scar.
Ah.
So cute, Scar.
Oh,
you should do
I've
it again.
changed.
You've changed. Type the crying faces again. It's so cute.
Why did you
Um,
drop the emojis?
I just wasn't feeling it anymore, you know?
I get
Sometimes I like doing emotes just because, like, to let them know that I am not trying to be like aggressive. You know, I come in peace, and I think emotes do a really good job of conveying it.
Mm.
Yeah, when I don't want to think of the words to convey something, I just want to get it done with a simple emote.
I feel like
It's been
sometimes
very
it's like
useful.
a serial killer vibe. Like you add the smiley at the end of a statement, and you're just like,
Oh,
Yeah, it's like Kuno
He does-
vibe.
Yeah.
He does that. Oh my god, Michael does that all the time. I'm like talking about something. He's like, don't worry, I will listen to you. And he types like colon parentheses. That's the only smiley face he ever uses.
Oh.
He always attaches it to all of his messages, and I'm just like, I know he means it, but like in text, my brain's like, okay.
I have a problem where I like after I type a thing out and then I'll go exclamation point smiley exclamation point smiley d, and then I have to go back and remove, and I'm like too many.
Really?
smiley here,
Just
too many
send
smiley
it.
here. No, because I look crazy. I look like I'm like, oh my god, hi, like I have to like take out exclamation points
No,
and smiley faces,
I think
and then
it'd
I
be
send
so
it.
It's
funny.
okay.
I send
There's
it.
an art to this.
An art for it is. You know, I try to match the level that somebody sends me to. Like, yeah, they're like no emojis. I just do one. But if they're like hella emojis, I do like 5.
Sometimes it's fun going completely the opposite. Like when you talk to Toast, right? He's so like, yes. So I like go all out. I'm like, hey Toast, colon d. And it's like it's cute. Anyway, do we have anything else? Do you have anything else you want to talk about, or how long has it been?
You tell me. Actually, I can.
It has
It's
been
about
an
the hour mark.
13.
That's how
Yeah.
long the
There's a-
podcasts usually go.
there.
Oh, she knows.
I do know.
Wow, an
Les-
hour, Leslie.
About an hour.
Leslie,
About an
what's
hour.
been happening in your life? Anything cool? Anything
Yes,
crazy?
the copyright strike stuff and the chess stuff
that we haven't
That's
talked about.
Oh, Edison got a new place, and so
Okay.
yeah, and then so I've been helping move him in over there.
When's the
And
wedding?
huh?
Dun 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 dun.
Oh,
Nah.
wedding! I had a dream. I was at the wedding last night, so we haven't planned the wedding yet. But I really want to plan it like now. So we've been recently talking, and we had a conversation the other day, and I was like, you know, if we were just married like right now, I would be down. And he's like, me too. But now we have to go through this like planning process, and both of us are not a fan of the planning process. So I'm watching YouTube videos where they're talking
Can
about
you guys
people
just
planning.
go to Vegas and get hitched? You know?
I was thinking about just doing a paper wedding and then just holding a party, you know, and inviting everyone, just do a party. But then
True.
I kind of also want the whole like, you know, walk me
the
up.
whole day.
You know, that's so cute. Yeah, and then like we'll, like,
I
be
think like a lot of
music.
girls, like all of
Yeah.
our friends, like want
Yeah.
that experience.
No,
you
I
know,
want-
like a little
yeah.
wedding dress, and like walking that, and like seeing your husband seeing you for the first time,
Yeah.
and the flowers and all that shit. I'm gonna
I
catch the
do.
flower.
I'm just
I'm
scared
joking.
that like I'm gonna cry like walking
gonna
down the
cry.
aisle
You're
and
gonna
be
cry.
like,
You're gonna cry.
I'm just gonna be
Every-
sobbing
You're
like,
gonna
oh, I
cry.
love
You're
you so
gonna
much."
cry.
Every wedding I've been to, like, I fucking bawl. Like, I can't help it. It's so beautiful. When they're, like, looking in each other's eyes and they're like, I do. And then it's like, oh, so cute. And then, like, when they make the speeches, like for example, in Edison's prison, Leslie, when I first met you, I was just a nerd at Microsoft, but now, like, you know, like, I'm not half the man I used to. Like, shit like that. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, I do. See, I want to do that whole thing too, because I think that it feels so good when it's over, and all the memories and the speeches and the dances. So I'm gonna do it, but then, you know, it's planning, and then you gotta pick everything, all the colors.
Wedding
and
planners.
Bachelorette.
You can use wedding planners. Right?
That's true. We'll have a wedding planner probably. Okay, this has motivated me to start with planning this weekend.
I want to go to a wedding.
Yeah.
So cute.
I want to go somewhere. Do you have any plans for like when like this virus is over? Like, are you going traveling? Are you going anywhere, Leslie?
I want to so bad. I've been having massive the cabin fever, just stuck in. Yeah, I feel like so sad that we can't go. Like yesterday, I just wanted to like. I was even looking up camping, like maybe Yosemite or like something. Like maybe I'll go to because I just want to get out. But I know that if I go to Vegas or anywhere, like it's not obviously it's not going to be the same. So maybe camping. But then I looked up like, and those are all like booked for like till September. So I'm like, damn it, maybe I'll go like Big Bear. I don't know. I just want to get out. So it doesn't matter where. I'll go anywhere. I would literally go anywhere.
I want to go to Hawaii or Japan.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Hawaii.
Go to Hawaii.
Just like go
Japan?
somewhere. Yeah.
Southeast
Japan.
Asia tour?
Huh?
Well, I kind of want to hit up like Japan, South Korea, and like maybe like some other places.
End it with Hawaii.
Oh yeah. Like do the
crap.
whole
Like all of
shebang.
it?
Yeah.
That would be fun. I think it'd be fun.
Just want to travel for like a month, maybe 3 weeks when we can. But I don't know if it's gonna be like a year. I feel like a year earliest, right? Maybe half a year till like it's all lifted. I don't know. It's sad. So I've been going a little crazy, but
Understandable.
yeah.
Camping's
Yeah.
not a bad idea. I think
Yeah.
getting out of the house in any capacity safely is good.
Yeah.
How about you
Speaking of-
guys?
Oh. No, sorry. My
There
segue
you
wasn't
go.
that great.
No. Okay,
I
I
think
got you.
Hawaii, Japan, for sure.
Mm?
Hawaii, I've never been. And Michael's like, I'll show you Hawaii when you come over. Oh my god, I know where all the best Pokeball places are. We'll drive around Maui. It's gonna be so awesome.
Michael doesn't
exactly
say it
like
like
that.
that.
Will be fun.
He
No,
said
I don't
it
say it like
exactly
that.
Yeah, Michael literally is just like, I think I could fit in 2 days of stuff. Like, so we can only stay in Hawaii for like
Maximum
4
2
days
of stuff.
max. And I'm just like,
From where I'm from, too.
like, holy shit, okay.
And then
lot
Japan,
of stuff
because, you know, Japan is always fun. Didn't really get to enjoy my time last time, so, you know, revisiting.
Good to revisit.
Yeah,
Good to
obviously,
revisit.
yeah. Anyone else?
Scara?
Scar?
I'm
Asian
like
tour?
gonna take a tour of Asia. Like I hope with
Asian
you
tour.
guys, ideally.
I miss doing, like, group streams abroad.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that a lot. That was really fun. Just exploring with friends and, like, having fun eating, you know, and making content. That was nice.
When you're like out in public, it makes, or like when you're out on like in Japan, for example, and then you feel that, oh, I kind of miss home feeling. And then like it makes you appreciate being home more, you know?
True.
So I kind of
Yeah,
miss, like, I'm like, we're all here. And then like, it's like, if we, you know, go to Japan or something, then we'll be like, oh, like it's been 2 weeks, it's been fun, but now I want to go back. And then you come home and you're like, oh, I love being home again. And then, yeah, so I kind of just
I just miss my dog when I go.
The only thing the quarantine has done good for me is I've saved a lot of money. Like aside from the food that I buy, like I have no expenses. It's just like rent, and I don't go anywhere like actually ever. So
Actually,
it's just like
yes,
True.
rent and
okay,
food right now.
like
yeah.
I don't have I don't like. I even bought stuff online like just to feel something. And after I bought it, I was just like,
the other day.
I was like, okay, that was like a couple hundred. I'm good. I'm just back to like
To feel
working.
something.
Yeah. The
I
retail
bought a-
therapy is legit.
No, it is.
I bought a really expensive makeup palette the other day, even if I'm not going out, because I just wanted to feel
Pat
like
McGrath? Pat McGrath!
Pat McGrath.
That is an expensive palette. I
Dude,
knew I have to
it's
say
so-
one.
okay.
That
was
is
like-
Pat
I
McGrath.
wanted
What
to
the
splurge, and I was
fuck
like
is
looking up
that?
like makeup palettes and like reviews and stuff. Everyone always hypes this palette up, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy it. I'm just gonna do my makeup at home and take cute selfies, even if I'm not going outside. You know, self care. Big thing.
I have the same palette. It's a Mothership 4. No, I don't remember. It's the one
It's
that has
Mothership. Yeah.
something has a really shiny this bronze
Yes.
one. And,
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
okay,
It's
brown,
nice. I
light
really
brown,
like
brown.
it.
Yeah.
Kind of
Okay, cool.
pricey, yeah.
Pretty.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we all want to get out of the house, but we can't. But what we can do is get out of this podcast. Am I right? Thank you so
Ooh.
much. Dude, the segues are
Shout out to the
Thank
sponsors.
you. What are we sponsored by?
We are
We
not
are
sponsored
not
by anything
sponsored
today.
this
I have a
episode.
question.
What's
I saw
up?
that
Yeah.
one of the podcasts was sponsored by Comfy Beats. That wasn't actually sponsored by Comfy Beats, was it? Did you? Or did they not know that? Oh,
Yeah, actually, Comfy Beats is sponsoring this podcast.
Yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
actually paying offline TV to shout out.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Lily, where's the check?
Wait, but I feel bad. I haven't uploaded music in a while, so I haven't been shouting it out because I feel really bad. There's nothing. But if you're interested, Willie Peach on Spotify, I'm just saying. Okay,
Alright.
anyway, that's not important. Do you
Start-
guys have any other shout outs that you want to
Yeah,
shout out?
Leslie, where can they
Leslie,
find you?
where do we find you?
Fuslie, Fuslie. Even though the whole chess broadcast calls me Fuslie, and then like everyone's been just going, oh, it's Fuslie. So now I'm starting to think it's pronounced Fuslie, yeah, whatever. But it's Fuslie. Well, it doesn't really matter because my name could be Leslie. My mom says Leslie, but I say Leslie because it's like lazier. I have a lisp, so
It's a
Leslie.
long tangent.
Yeah.
Fuslie.
So where can they find you?
Fuslie, Fuslie, and that's it on anything and everything. Yes, that's
Okay.
it. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having me,
You
guys.
can
That
find
was
the
really
rest
fun.
Thanks for coming
Bye.
on.
Yeah, that was
Everywhere.
great.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Leslie.
Yeah. Thank you, Leslie, for being our guest today. And if you like this podcast, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me how I did on my segues. I'm personally proud of them, but I understand
Really
if it
good.
wasn't up to standard. Let me know what I could do better next time. And
Toast is gone for this episode, but hopefully he'll be back next.
bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.